Hey there, welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad you're here today. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our soul deep conversations. All right, let's get into it. Can you feel it? There's a shift happening right now in the energy around us. Most people can't see it, but you can feel it, can't you? That moment when everything goes quiet, when the world seems to pause, and even the air feels different. That's the energy of change. That's the space where the divine feminine finally stops reaching, stops explaining, stops giving herself endlessly to a connection that feels like it echoes back emptiness. And in that silence, something powerful begins to happen. You've been walking this path for a long time. You've been speaking a language he can't always understand. You've been loving from a place so deep that it sometimes overwhelms him. You've waited with patience that even surprises yourself. You've carried this connection like a sacred flame, protecting it even when uncertainty threatened to blow it out. But now something inside you is waking up. Something ancient, something wise is whispering, enough. And don't get it twisted, this isn't about giving up on love. This isn't about shutting your heart or putting up walls. This is about something far deeper, far more sacred. This is about you remembering that your silence doesn't mean absence. It doesn't mean you're withdrawing. It means sovereignty. It means presence. When you embody this, the energy between you shifts in ways your mind can barely understand. For so long, you've been the one reaching across the gap, the bridge builder, the translator, the one who makes sense of a connection when no one else can, especially him. You've held space for his confusion, his fears, his inability to fully show up, and you've done it with such grace and love that he's grown used to your light always being there, always available. But what happens when that light turns inward? What happens when the divine feminine stops being the constant giver and becomes the sovereign receiver? What happens when your energy stops pouring outward and starts gathering inward, creating a magnetic field so strong it changes the connection itself? That's what's happening right now. You're feeling that pull to step back, to stop explaining, to stop trying to make him understand. Your soul is calling you home to yourself. And here's the thing, it's not a betrayal of the connection, it's the fulfillment of it. Because you can't truly love someone else if you're not fully in your own divinity. And you can't expect him to rise to meet you if you're constantly lowering yourself to meet him. The silence you're stepping into isn't empty, it's full. It's full of potential, full of possibility. It's the universe realigning itself around your truth. When you stop speaking, you don't lose your voice. You become the voice. You become the energy that everything else has to align with. And oh, he feels it. Even if he doesn't understand it, even if he can't name it, even if he tells himself nothing has changed, he can't ignore it. The conversations you used to start don't happen. The emotional work you used to carry isn't being done. The bridge you built between his world and yours isn't there anymore. At first, he might not notice. He might even feel relieved. But relief isn't peace. And soon he'll feel the weight of his own emotions, the feelings he's been avoiding, the truths he's been running from, the love he's been too scared to receive. Without your light softening the edges, he's left to face himself in ways he's never done before. And this is when his real awakening begins. This is when he's forced to look in the mirror without the comfort of your reflection. He starts to understand that what you've been nurturing wasn't just about romance or companionship. It was about soul recognition, about purpose, about becoming who he's meant to be through the love you've given unconditionally. But here's the beauty. His awakening isn't happening because you're punishing him. It's happening because you finally love yourself enough to stop dimming your light. Your silence isn't cruelty, it's sacred. It's a statement that you don't need to prove your love by accepting less than you deserve. That true love doesn't ask you to shrink, to explain, to wait endlessly for someone else to be ready for what you're offering. And when you live this truth, something miraculous happens. The connection doesn't weaken, it intensifies. The love doesn't fade, it intensifies. The bond doesn't break, it transforms. Your silence becomes a magnetic force, a signal that invites him to step up, not because he's forced, but because he's drawn to it. Your self-love becomes an invitation for him to love himself enough to be worthy of you. This process isn't always instant. Awakening rarely is, but it's inevitable. When you stop carrying the weight of the connection, he has two choices: grow or remain stuck. And a soul that's meant to be with you will always choose growth. You may notice changes in his energy before he even realizes them himself. Meanwhile, your life starts to change in ways you didn't expect. That energy you used to pour outward now fuels your dreams, your growth, your purpose. You become magnetic, not because you're trying to attract him, but because you're finally attracting what's truly meant for you. This is the gift of the divine feminine silence. It's about triggering not only his awakening, but your own. You are the divine feminine. Your silence is not absence. It's pure presence. It's love that doesn't need to be received to exist. Love that doesn't need validation. Love that transforms. You are claiming your worth, setting boundaries, and showing the world, including him, what authentic love looks like. So trust the process. Trust your silence. Trust the awakening that's happening inside you. Love isn't always holding on. Sometimes it's letting go. Sometimes it's walking away. Sometimes it's being quiet. And that quiet, it's the most loving thing you can offer to him and to yourself. This is your time, your awakening, your power. Your silence is louder than words could ever be. And in that silence, you're not only triggering his soul, it's triggering yours. It's calling you home to yourself, to your full power, your full essence, your full divinity. Thanks for listening, beloved. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with someone who needs to hear it. Keep shining, keep loving yourself, and keep honoring your sacred truth.